Hey guys, so excited to talk to you tonight. I'm Christina Williams. I am a brand new Sapphire ambassador with Plexus. That's the first time I've said that out loud. Super fun. Basically, what that means is that I have a team full of committed men and women who just love the Lord, love people, and love health and wellness. That is definitely my jam. So I'm excited to talk to you tonight. I have on my notes that I'm going to start with a joke, and you guys listen. When I tell you what I did today, it is going to, some of you that know me well will not be surprised, but the rest of you will probably die. So we have 4 kids, okay? Me and Brandon have been together about 10 years. We have 4 kids, and I had decided last night that I wanted to move. I was like, I need a different house. I need to move. So I went on Zillow, found the old listing for this house that was on there when we bought it, and you can like claim the house. So I claimed the house because we've lived here for several years, and I just reposted it, okay, thinking no big deal. Well, a realtor calls me, and she's like, hey, I have somebody that really wants to see your house. I know it's not listed. I'm willing to come show it to her, 2.5% versus the 6% that a normal realtor costs, blah, blah, blah. Sure. So I roll over, and I'm like, honey, I need you to help me clean up because a realtor is going to come show our house. And he's like, why? I'm like, oh, because I put it for sale. Like, had no idea what I was doing. So she comes and shows the house, calls us back, and she's like, we'd like to offer full price on your house. So I'm like, honey, do you want to sell the house? Because they want to pay full price. And so anyways, we are in negotiations with closing costs and stuff like that. But our house apparently is sold and we have nowhere to live. So he's like, what's your game plan? I was like, well, we have an appointment tomorrow to look at some houses. He's like, who are you? So anyways, that is my funny story. Brittany, I mentioned to her, I said something about looking at houses, and she's like, wait, we're best friends. You're moving? Are you mad? Are we in a fight? Why didn't I know? I was like, it's fine. No one knew. Like, I just didn't even really know. So that's my story, you guys. I just, whatever. Listen, a big changes stress me out. So the quicker you can do them, it's great, right? Anyways, for those of you that don't know me, I love to have a good time. It is really how I operate 99% of the time. You're not going to catch me usually having a bad day. I'm half full or whatever. I'm usually like 3/4 full. So super excited to share with you tonight. I'll just jump in, kind of tell you my story. I got turned on to Plexus because I was a 30-year-old mom with extremely high blood pressure. I was on anywhere from 5 to 7 different blood pressure medications at any given time. My blood pressure was so extreme that I actually delivered my first daughter at 24 weeks gestation. I had never had elevated blood pressure in my life until that day. And that day, my blood pressure spiked to 215/108. I had a grand mal seizure, and they delivered her, and she weighed 1 pound 5 ounces. So that is what kind of started the weird health issues. I had no idea what high blood pressure was. I was 19 at the time. Had no clue. So fast forward 10 years, blood pressure issues continued. I would be in the ER with stroke protocol. They put a little thing on you, I guess, in case you have a stroke. They know it's a stroke. But anyways, over and over this happened. And the doctors were just kind of like, you just need to stay on your medicine. There's really not a lot we can do. So I didn't believe that. I knew that there had to be a root cause for it. Because I'm very healthy. I eat well. I work out all the time. I'm actually training for a fitness competition right now. And so things didn't really make sense. I had other issues like anxiety. I was a school teacher. And so that was kind of the norm. You know, a lot of teachers are under a lot of stress and pressure. And I had other things like restless leg syndrome, which was crazy. I could not sleep at night. I couldn't go to the bathroom. It was a running joke in my house because, I could make it like 16 to 18 days. I'm not even kidding. And I just thought it was normal. So my friend had been posting about Plexus. Her name's Brittany. We grew up together. If you guys don't know her, you should. She just hit diamond. I knew her back from when we were kids. So she had been posting about Plexus. She's one of those crunchy granola moms. Like, she mills her own wheat. They have a bunch of chickens. Like, she's one of those moms. So I knew that even if Plexus didn't work for me, that it would be safe. Like, I knew I could trust her. So I called her up. I was like, hey, why does Plexus help? Do I have to approve people to get in? No. They just have to click. Sorry, guys, I was reading the chat. I called her and I said, why is Plexus helping your digestive problems, your husband's allergies, so-and-so's migraines, that lady lost weight? Why was Plexus doing everything for everybody except folding laundry? That was my first question. And that's where she kind of started the education process, in the fact that Plexus isn't fixing everyone's problems. It's that everyone's problems have the same couple of root issues. So generally speaking, whatever someone struggles with, be it thyroid issues, rheumatoid arthritis, heavy, weight gain, menstrual cycle issues, poor sleep, allergies, migraines, acne, I could go on and on and on forever. Anything you can think of, down to like toe fungus. I'm not kidding, Google it. Any of those issues, if you were to Google that with gut health, or that with blood sugar balance, or that with inflammation, you would find a scientific medical connection. So Plexus figured out, if we can address blood sugar balance, inflammation, and gut health, we can literally impact everyone's health in just about every single area. Now, I'm not here to tell you that Plexus is going to prevent or cure or heal any kind of disease, but I am here to tell you that if you go and do your research, you will find thousands upon thousands of scientifically reviewed articles outside of Plexus that will show you big things like cancer, rooted in gut health, diabetes, rooted in gut health, autoimmune diseases, rooted in gut health, infertility, a lot of times, rooted in gut health. And so Plexus figured that out. That's the magic sauce that everybody's like, well, how does Plexus do everything? It doesn't. Plexus addresses 2 to 3 root issues. Most of them are a combination. So that is kind of how this came about. A year into my Plexus journey, I was off all my blood pressure medications. I've had 2 babies since being on Plexus, full term, nursed them a combination of 3.5 years. And that kind of brings me here. I'm 35 now. My kids range from almost 16 to just turned 2 years old. So they're everywhere. It's kind of like organized chaos in my house, especially during a quarantine. Thanks, COVID. But I'm just so grateful. I feel better now than I have in my entire life, and it's because of Plexus. So that is how we get here. Even when I want to talk mostly about the opportunity and how much it's blessed my life, I cannot do that without at least mentioning the products. But it's because of the products that our opportunity is what it is. That is how I began to recognize an opportunity, because I kept learning about things that Plexus could help with, and people came to mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, so-and-so needs that. Oh my goodness, I know that my neighbor, he struggles with really bad high cholesterol. He needs this. Or Johnny down the street, he needs this. The teacher down the hall, she needs that. So I just began to think of people that I knew could benefit, and I felt extremely selfish not sharing. So it's because I started to learn about how effective our products were that I began to recognize this as an opportunity. And I began to realize that if I didn't tell somebody about Plexus, number one, they were going to suffer needlessly. Number two, somebody else was going to. I saw Brittany blessing her family financially. I saw my friend Fallon blessing her family financially. And I was just sending people to them. I kept telling her, I have no interest. So I just kept sending my people to Brittany and Fallon, and they're over there serving people, loving on people the way that we're called to do, and blessing their family financially. So that's how I began to be open to an opportunity. I'm a teacher by trade, taught for 7 years here in Houston County, and it did not take me long to realize you cannot teach any harder to make any more money. There's no way to just, pad your pockets or save for vacation or save up for Christmas. You're going to make what the state says you can make. So I was open to a side gig as long as I didn't have to sacrifice what was most important. And that is where Plexus kind of fell into my lap. I started to share with people that I knew could benefit. They started to get started on their products. And before I knew it, I was blessing my family financially. So you're probably here going, okay, why in the world would I ever consider doing what you're doing? Here's the thing. People need what we have. People in your life right now, I can guarantee you with 100% certainty that you have people that don't feel their best. We are the sickest nation on the planet. We are the most overweight nation on the planet. And we are the most medicated nation on the entire planet. So there are people in your life who could benefit from what you have. I mean, if they don't have enough energy to play with their kids, if they're, hashtag tired as a mother or whatever that slaying is, like those are things that aren't normal, right? Tired as a mother is not a real thing. We're not supposed to be tired all the time. Our body was not designed to be that way. And so people need what we have. And so that's the first thing with Plexus is why not share? And I know some of you are thinking, yeah, I'll share when I've had my own results. Yeah. Let me see if Plexus works for me, and then I'll tell somebody about it. And here's what I would usually say to that. When someone tells me that, what they're really saying is, I need my own results first. Like, I need belief in what I'm going to tell somebody. And that's legit. I would need belief in what I was going to tell somebody. I wouldn't just tell somebody to walk out the window without a parachute. Like, I would need belief. Show me what's real first. But I'm here to tell you, you can grow that belief in a lot of ways. You do not have to have a personal testimony in order to grow your belief. There are lots of ways that you can grow your belief. Number one, you can borrow someone's belief. I have enough belief for every single one of you on this call. I have seen Plexus change lives. I have been to corporate. I have seen the science behind it. I've met the scientists and the doctors. Hashtag, we just signed someone from NASA. So it's legit. You can grow your belief in that way. You can learn something. Just Google whatever your sister struggles with. Google PCOS and blood sugar balance. Just humor me. And if you can find a connection, then you say, okay, I found this connection, Christina. How does Plexus help it? Number two way to grow your belief, or to share even if you don't have belief. Here's what I want most people to know is, generally speaking, people do not care what Plexus has done for me. Very rarely do I ever even get to tell my story. And when I do get to tell my story, I have to host a meeting like this to tell people. People don't generally care. What they want to know is, do you like me? Can I trust you? And can you help me? And so, hopefully, you like people and they can trust you. The last thing they want to know is if you can help me. So if you're saying, hey, listen, I don't have diabetes and I never will, but I know Plexus has helped a lot of people who do have diabetes. So if I wait until I have a diabetic testimony to tell somebody about it, my friend is going to suffer forever. I don't intend to ever have diabetes. I don't intend to ever be a migraine sufferer. I don't intend to ever have PCOS. But if I refuse to share that because I don't have a personal testimony, then that means my people are suffering for no reason. And that's just not necessary. Science always works. Don't miss this. If you're waiting for your own results, just know science always works. It does not discriminate. It doesn't pick and choose, okay, this blonde will get results and that brunette will and that man will. Science works for everybody. Your timetable may look different. Your the speed of your results may look different, but we're talking about results being a broad range of things, right? Your body's going to address internally the most pressing issue. It doesn't care if your most pressing issue is wanting to lose 5 pounds. If you've got blood pressure issues and cholesterol issues and hormone issues and all kinds of major things inside, your body's going to heal the most pressing thing first. It's called survival of the fittest. It's the way God created us. So science works. Always. That's why it's science and not, theory. Science always works. Plexus always works for those who do exactly what they're supposed to. Consistency, being committed to the process. Science always works. So you can take that bold belief with you when you go and share with somebody. And guys, the good news is you don't have to know anything. You don't have to put your name on the line for anything. Put my name on the line. Just say, listen, I see my girl Allie smiling. Allie can go to her friend and say, listen, I don't know anything yet. I'm still brand spanking new. I'm learning, but I know my girl Christina, she can help us. Let's connect with her. And then that's all Allie's done. Allie has connected her friend with an expert, and she's saying, hey, can you help me help her? No different than if I go to the iPhone store and the guy's like, hey, I don't have an iPhone 11 yet, but my friend over there does. Let me get him over here to tell you what he loves about it. It's no different, you guys. It's just sharing something that you're excited about and seeing if it could perhaps benefit someone else. So that's number one, why you should consider it. Number two, guys, you get to do something that matters with people that matter to you. There's really not any other industry I can think of where you get to choose your people. I mean, I can think of all the jobs I've ever had. I've worked in a bank. I've worked in a school. I've worked in a restaurant. All of those people, like, they were just given to me. Like, that's who I had to work with. In this, I get to pick who I work with. All of these girls on here, I picked them. If I didn't pick them, my sideline picked them, which means I get to work with who I love. I get to do something that matters with people who matter to me. And you guys, that's what makes this not feel like work. There's some saying like, find work you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I have no idea if that's a real saying, but that's true. It's true. It doesn't mean that it's always easy, but it means that there's joy in that effort. So that doing something that matters with people that matter. And my favorite thing about this industry is that you working together increases your likelihood of succeeding together. I cannot be a Sapphire ambassador on my own. It is literally impossible. And can I tell you how lonely that would be anyways? So when you're in this industry, if you choose network marketing, Plexus specifically, you're getting paid off of the efforts of all of your people rather than just the efforts of yourself. So that's what makes us different than someone who's selling leggings or makeup. I buy those things, but that's what makes you different. And those, it's just how much can I sell? And here it's what kind of an organization can I build? What kind of a team can I build? And then we rise to the top together. And so that's definitely something to know. And then why else you should consider this? You guys, here's the thing. There's really nothing in life that is 100% guaranteed, right? But what if I told you that statistically, you have a 95% guarantee that if you will just pick an opportunity and stick with it, that within the next 10 years, some of you much quicker, but within the next 10 years, it's a guarantee that you will be at the top rank of your company. The top rank in Plexus is about $440,000 a year. So within 10 years, 95% out of 100 people, 95 of them will be at the top rank in that company, making over $440,000. You guys, I could have taught for 400,000 years and never made $400,000. And like I said, some of you will do it much quicker. I'm at the 4-year mark. I don't intend to be at Sapphire past the 5-year mark. And so 5 years to take a $400,000 job and create it, it has been so incredibly worth it. There's nowhere else I could do anything like this with any kind of guarantee anywhere near that. 95%. You can take that to the bank. So here's what I want to talk about. I have 11 minutes because I told you I would keep this at 30 and I'm not going over. I refuse to. So people want to know all the time, what will it take? Okay. I think this sounds good. What will it take to do something like this? Number one, it will take a willingness to connect with people. It will take a willingness to be others focused, which I don't know how many of you know this, but that's kind of biblical anyway. I mean, I'm pretty new in the faith, so I'm figuring some things out, but it was really never supposed to be all about us. Shocker, right? You have to be others focused. You have to be willing to put other people's needs, goals, desires, wants, talents, gifts, all above yourself. So you have to be willing to connect with people. But I mean, it's a good thing. People say, I don't like people. That's not true. That is not true. When somebody says, I don't like people, what they mean is, I don't like stupid people. But remember back to example 1 where I said, you get to do something that matters with people that matter to you. You get to pick them. So pick the smart ones. I'm kidding, but not really. So connect with your people. What else will it take? It will take consistency. So if you guys follow me on Facebook, John Maxwell, listen, he is a genius. Not even Plexus related, but he's a genius. I mean, leadership, all the things. And so this is what I'm reading right now. I have a whole bookshelf behind me full of Uncle John. That's what me and Brittany's kids call him because he's on he plays in our car. It's a problem. He's everywhere. But he's talking about consistency. And he says in this book that, hang on. So he's talking about himself and he says, when he looks back at his life, he realizes that consistency has been the key to his progress. He wanted to improve, so he got intentional about learning and he never quit. He said, I did not have any sudden big hits early in my career. I was not a home run hitter. My secret was to get up to bat every day and just try to get on base consistently. I think that's what most people need to do to turn their dreams into reality. And I think he's exactly right. I think you just have to show up every day. If you want to do something you've never done, you have to learn something you've never learned, and then you just have to show up every single day. If you were going to build a Chick-fil-A, You couldn't just show up there every few weeks and expect to make progress. You just have to show up every single day. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. Let's see, so I can pull up this PowerPoint. Perfect. Let me move this thing out of the way. All right, so vision casting, there we are. Okay, consistency, you have to show up every single day. John Maxwell says the only thing that separates super athletes from world-renowned athletes is not raw talent. So if you're coming into this saying, I don't have any raw talent, I'm not naturally extroverted, I don't know how to do this or that, great. Neither do the greatest of the great. The talent level was about equal in the study that they did. The difference was the people who practiced the most. Was the people that practiced the most. So it's doing the right thing, right? Motivation will fade. You guys, I told you I'm training for a fitness show. I was really super hyped about it several weeks ago. Now I'm 9.5 weeks out. I'm really tired of eating ground turkey and brown rice. I'm really tired of having to work out and sweat so much, but motivation fades. But because I've developed the habit and the consistency, I just persevere. It takes the emotion out of it, right? I do it even though I'm tired, even though I'm bored, even though I really want to eat chocolate cake. Not really, I really want Mexican food, but I just keep doing it. So in this business, you have to have belief in several things. You have to believe in yourself. Guys, whether you think you can or you cannot, you are right. So whatever you're telling yourself between your ears, that's where it counts. You have to believe in yourself. And the good news is you can grow your belief. If you struggle there, I would suggest that you read What to Say When You Talk to Yourself or The Magic of Thinking Big, either one of those. You have to believe in the products. I told you that earlier. Go grow your belief. Read some testimonies, watch some videos, grow your belief in the products. You have to believe in this industry. Network marketing is the greatest industry on the planet. It's the fastest growing and the highest paid profession in the world. In the world. If you need help believing in this industry, Go Pro is a great book, Eric Worre, or Millionaire by Halftime. Both of those are great recommendations, super easy reads. And then you have to believe in Plexus, you guys. Listen, there's not enough I can tell you about this company, why I chose them. We are debt-free. We are backed by Morgan Stanley. We've been voted best place to work in Arizona. You guys, our CEO today just gave up his entire salary and bonuses for the whole year. But the killer part is not that, because several CEOs have done that. I'm super impressed with a lot of companies. But you guys, our company has continued hiring and we've not furloughed a single person. So it's not like they've lost money, but Tarl said, you know what? I know you have spouses that have. I know you that have friends that have. So I'm taking all of my money and giving it to extra bonuses to everybody at corporate just to help in case they have a need. That's why Plexus. We have a lot of initiatives, Feeding America. Anyways, lots of reasons. So common objections. Here's what I hear all the time. I don't have enough time. You guys, listen, you can't find time and you cannot make time. We're all given the exact same amount. What you can't control is probably the priorities in your life. So when something becomes valuable enough, then you make time for it. So I always tell my girls, hey, the next time, instead of saying I don't have time, just say it's not that important to me. I didn't have time to work out. You know what? It wasn't that important for me to work out. I didn't have time to push my kids on the swing. You know what? It wasn't that important for you to push your kids on the swing. Sometimes turning that around makes you go, ooh, okay. Another one that I always tell people to turn around is instead of saying, I have to do that, say, I get to do that. Instead of I have to work out, I get to work out. God has blessed me with a body that will allow me to move. I get to work out. Or I have to go play with the kids. I have 4 kids that want me to play with them and I get to go do that. So, objection number 1. 2, I don't have a big enough network. Great, me either. I didn't even talk to grown-ups every day. I talked to 9 and 10-year-olds all day. But what I do have, I did have the internet. I did have social media. I could start to grow a brand there and learn skills to be successful there. Your network is endless because in network marketing, it's not just who you know, it's who you know and who they know and who they know and who they know. Probably 90% of you on this call, I did not know prior to Plexus. It's probably higher than 90%. I met you through this opportunity. I'm already successful and I have enough money. Listen, that is just the biggest load of you know what. I've never met anybody in my entire life that says, I have enough money, I'm good. They might think, I have enough money that I'm not sure it would be worth doing something else. But you guys, most millionaires have 7 streams of income. And a lot of them have a network marketing company. Some of the most wealthy millionaires in the world own a network marketing company because it is one of the most profitable businesses out there. Everybody may need more money. It might not be the cash they need. It may be the time it affords. It may be the giving that they're allowed to do with it. It may be the work they can do with it. It may be the good that they can become. People will say, oh, well, nobody will buy the products. Plexus is expensive. Again, listen, people invest in their health one way or the other. People invest to stay healthy and maintain their body, much like maintaining a new car, or people pay to be sick, much like what happens if you neglect maintaining a car. People will invest in their health. When someone says, I can't afford it, what they're usually saying is, you've not made it valuable enough for me yet. So you have to build the value of the products. And I have a lot more in-depth training on all of these objections, you guys, but I'm just kind of touching on some that I know you guys are thinking. I don't want to be salesy. Me either. Listen, I do not even buy houses with realtors, apparently. I don't want to be sold to, but I do want someone to help me. So now that I have a need, a house, I probably will seek out someone who can help me. Same thing with Plexus. When someone has a need, I just offer a solution. It's up to them whether they take it or not. I can't control that, but I can control being willing to offer to serve. If my neighbor's house was on fire, I would offer them a fire extinguisher. And I know that 90% of Americans, their bodies are on fire. I know exactly where they're headed. People that are struggling with years with PCOS, almost guaranteed they're going to end up with type 2 diabetes. That's what I know. So it doesn't make me feel salesy when I say, girl, listen, I have something that can help you. Would you take a look at it? It's not salesy. It's coming from love. I don't have experience. You don't have to. If network marketing were a college course, it would be the easiest course. You learn a couple of skills, you get good at them, and you repeat them over and over and over and over again. It never changes. Reach out, love people, serve people, solve problems, repeat. And I don't have a testimony. I've already touched on that one. So let's talk money. If you're new here and you've not ever, gone silver just means you have 3 people on your team. Let's say you've never done that and you decide, I'm going to do this. We have even extra bonuses, which is super fun. So if you decide to do that this month, if you have 6 people that join you, you'll make about $700, which is super fun. And Plexus is doing really fast bonus payouts because of COVID. People need money in their accounts. They're, needing to feed their families. And so I love that Plexus offered those extra bonuses. It's super nice. Residual income. You guys, work that you do one time, you get paid on over and over again. Every time someone orders their products, every single month, you're getting paid and being able to bless your family financially from work that you did one time. And there's 0 income cap. I talked about teaching. There was a time in my career, you just can't make any more money. That's just the most money you can make. Like, you run out of step increases, you run out of, government gets tired of 2% raises, whatever, you're capped out. Network marketing, you're never, ever capped. You literally, how much you put in is how much you can get out. And I love that I'm not capped by the person above me. If I'm working harder than she is, I can pass her right up. There's no, pyramid, none of that. You just go as high as you want based off of your efforts and the efforts of your team. How do you get started? You guys, you just communicate. Tell your sponsor you're ready to go so that they can support you. They'll show you what the most successful people are doing. So be coachable. You don't have to come in and reinvent the wheel. This is the fastest growing team in the entire company. So if we say this works well, just go with it. Tweak it, make it your own, but don't feel this pressure to come in and create. There's really no need for it. Share, post something on social media. The benefit of that is that you can say something one time and lots of people see it. So I definitely recommend social media. Can you build without it? Sure. Absolutely. Network marketing's been around a lot longer than social media, but absolutely would definitely encourage you to take a shot at social media, learn some skills there, and then connect. Just bring people to your sponsor. The best way for you to learn is to watch them model for you what questions they ask, what tools they use, how they share. So bring people to your sponsor. It's okay to tell somebody, I don't know everything, but my girl will help you. Totally fine. I have to keep moving this little thing out of the way. All right, so your first post, if you do that, make it public. Include a picture of yourself, your pink drink, whatever. Tag your sponsor. Here's an idea of what you could do. Guys, I have so much excitement today, or so much expectation. I'm beginning this journey with Plexus, and today's the day. Here's what I'm looking forward to. you're not telling them that you've seen any results yet. You're being completely transparent, and people love to follow a journey. Something like this is totally fine. Just an idea of a first post. I have some other real life examples too that I can send you. And then anybody who comments on your post, just say, hey, I'll send you a message. That's when you reach out, connect in a three-way, and then your sponsor will pretty much kind of just take it over. But you'll say, hey, listen, I'm still learning. I'm going to get us in a chat with my friend April, my friend Christina, my friend Terry, whoever. She's been with Plexus for a long time. Does that sound good? Can't wait to learn from you or learn with you. So you're just, I mean, basically the same thing, like I said, you would say if you were at the Apple store and you didn't have experience with an iPhone 11 yet. You just call somebody over who did. Okay, make a list of your friends. This is how everybody starts. You got to start somewhere. Start with the people who genuinely love you. Don't start with your negative friend who can never have anything nice to say. Don't start there. Probably unfriend that one too. Just kidding. Make a list of your friends. Who do you think would want to support you? And then think, does this person need the opportunity, the products, or both? And don't prejudge. You have no idea who's drowning in student loan debt, and you have no idea who's taking Miralax every day to go to the bathroom. Just reach out. Let people know what you're excited about, see what they're open to. And then here are some different scripts. You guys take a picture of that screen if you want. I'm not going to stay here very long, but I'll let you screenshot. Just different kind of options for connecting. I'll put the video up too. Alrighty. And then again, this would be for somebody who just ordered their products. You don't even have them in yet. I have people that go silver, even the same day they order their stuff, they don't even have their products yet. Screenshot that. I'm trying to get y'all off because we're 3 minutes over. Guys, here's realistic expectations. A 10 to 20% response rate is normal. So if you send out 10 messages and 2 people respond, that's good. It doesn't mean that the other 8 people hate you. It means that they're busy and that Plexus is not their top priority. A lot of them will go, ooh, that's interesting. I need to message her. And then life happens. Or they'll say, ooh, Plexus, I need to look that up. Or they'll say, oh, I've got to get back to them. Or if you're me, my kid has my phone and they're the ones answering my messages and I never even knew you reached out, right? So don't assume that they hate you. They don't want Plexus. Never talk to them again. Just assume they're busy. So if you want to get 3 joins, 3 people to join you, you're probably going to have to send out about 30 messages, genuinely speaking. Now, some of you have a little more influence, and so it won't be that hard. Some of you have a little less influence, and you might have to send out 40. There's really no way to know other than, just kind of getting in there and working it. And then, of course, social media. Use that to your advantage. Consistently post, guys. If you don't post something Plexus every day, post something Plexus every couple of days as you're getting started. It will give you credibility with your audience so that when you do reach out, they're not like, really? I didn't know Allie was doing Plexus. Like, they'll have seen some things leading up to it. Gives you credibility. And then follow up. You guys, most people aren't going to respond on the first message. And I'll give you a newsflash. Most of them won't join you after the 5th message. It takes most people 8 to 12 follow-ups before they're ready to make a decision. Because it's a process. It's an education process. You just have to be willing to follow up. Invite them to events. Tonight was an event. Some of you got invited. Invite them to events. That's a great way to plant seeds. It's a great way to continue that follow-up process. The people that you're seeing that are having joins left and right, if you're in the IPA chat this month, you're going, well, I'm not having that many joins, and they are. Guys, they're on follow-up number 8 with these people. They're on follow-up number 9. That's why. They're just further along in the process. They're on chapter 10. You're on chapter 2. You'll get to chapter 10 as long as you don't quit. Don't drop the ball on the follow-up because the fortune is in the follow-up. Talk to your sponsor. Your success is our success. So you're not bothering us. You're not nagging us. This is what we love to do. This is my favorite part of what I do. Remember, you have people in your life that are praying for relief. Fastest growing team in the entire company right here, which means you have all the training and support that you could need. And this absolutely could change everything for you. If somebody had told me, let me stop sharing. If somebody had told me, you guys, that at 35 years old, I would be making the income that I am making, I would have literally laughed at them. I never had desires to be rich, never had desires to be wealthy. I have had desires to make an impact. I have had desires to leave a legacy. And with extra income, you can leave a legacy. You can pay someone's mortgage who's been laid off during the COVID crisis. I mean, there's a lot of good things that you can do. And just know if someone like me can be successful doing this, you can too. You have to be willing to learn a few things, fail forward. Because listen, there is no success without failure. None. I fall flat on my face. My team will laugh at me because, I mean, I'm very open with it. I'm very open with it. Like, well, that was a terrible choice, guys. My bad. Let's try something else. Learn a few things, fail forward, and grow every single day. That's what you got to do. And you have to make a decision. This is not one of those let me try and see if it will work things. You know, a lot of you have on your try wings right now. I call them try wings. Like, they're just trying it out. They're not really taking off. They're just trying it out. But listen, everything good worth having is right on the other side of the fear that you have. Everything great in life. Becoming a mom was scary as you know what. It's pretty fantastic. Becoming a wife, same thing. Becoming a teacher, same thing. Becoming a business owner, same thing. Everything great worth having is right on the other side of that fear. What do you have to lose? Nothing. The only way, remember, 95% of you will be diamonds. The only way for you to fail is for you to quit. And I would much rather be a failure than a quitter. Because you know what? Failing means I get to try again and again and again and again and again and again. So just don't quit. If this is something that you want, if you think this would bless your family, if an extra $15,000 a month would change your life, go get it. I saw them having it. I went and got it. If someone else is doing what you if someone else is doing what you want to do, or someone else is having what you want to have, it means they know something you don't know yet, and it is out there for you to learn. So learn it. Get it. Someone else is going to. It might as well be you. Your family might as well be the one benefiting. So that's all I have. I'm going to stop recording.